BMW says its new EV is in so much demand that they're shocked. They're literally just going, hang on a minute. We told the world the future was hydrogen. Maybe, maybe we actually made a product that's good and now people want it. Maybe the problem wasn't the fact that people wanted hydrogen. Maybe it was that we had never made a really good EV before. And now we've done it, we can't believe the demand we've got. BMW admits it was caught unaware by the overwhelming reaction from buyers. And guys, I made a video on this new car and I said the same thing. I think it's actually really good. It's not cheap though in Germany. BMW, they officially unveiled their new iX3 at last month's Munich Auto Show. And customers think this thing is really good. It's not just me. Now, I haven't actually test driven it, but based on the specs, the looks, the numbers, the details, the ingredients in this car, it looks pretty good. They said we've received 3,000 orders in the first 6 weeks after its launch in Munich. BMW said those are really good numbers. They're not. I mean, 3,000 orders is people in car companies in China, when they saw this news release, must have just been laughing their heads off, just going, what? What are you talking about? Now, the truth is, you might say 3,000 orders sounds modest, but this is just from Germany. This is not from markets outside of Germany. And I'm sure they get plenty of orders outside of Germany as well. Germany's car market, they sell around 2.8 million cars a year. China sells around 32 million. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty damn small. Yeah, it's less than 10% of the size of China's car market. So the response is, this is the most pre-orders that BMW have ever gotten in Germany for any car that I know of. I looked this up and I can't find any other German car that's gotten this many orders before it even goes on sale. Speaking of going on sale, it's quite expensive in Germany. The 2026 iX3 starting price is 69,000 euros. That's 80,600, but basically 81,000 US dollars, or about 122,000 Australian dollars. Though there will be a lower price variant coming at some point next year. It's going to be closer to the 60,000 euro mark. That's 70,000 US dollars. So it's about 110,000 Australian dollars. Unfortunately for BMW, that means it won't qualify for these new EV incentives coming in Germany, 4,000 euros incentives. For it to qualify, it would have to have a starting price of less than 45,000 euros. And there's not a lot of EVs, or even, to be honest, not a lot of cars in Germany that start below that price. One version is only going to be available at launch. It's called the iX350 xDrive, and it has 2 electric motors. Combined power is pretty good, 463 horsepower and 476 pound-feet. So 463 horsepower and 645 newton meters of torque. 0 to 96 kilometers an hour, which is 60 miles per hour, is 4.7 seconds. 0 to 100, about 5 seconds. To be honest, it's not really made for performance. It's performance is good, but it's certainly not the angle. BMW are going for range. It has 400 miles of range. That's 644 kilometers. That's the EPA cycle, yeah? WLTP, 805 kilometers of range. So real world range you're actually going to get achievable in pretty much any driving scenario is 400 miles or 644 kilometers. Range you'd get in the ideal scenario, stop, start, city traffic, etc., would be about 800 kilometers. It's got a big battery though. That's part of the reason. It's got a 108 kilowatt hour battery and pretty good charging speed. I believe the charging speed is theoretically around 400 kilowatt. 10 to 80% takes 21 minutes. So it doesn't sound all that fast, to be honest, in comparison to, say, Zeekr's new 7X, which does the same 10 to 80% on a similar size battery pack in 10 minutes, or the Zeekr 001, which does it in 7 minutes. But anyway, it's still good for a German car, yeah? So why is it getting that kind of range? Well, part of the reason is because it uses new cylindrical cells. They're very similar in size. They're a bit bigger than Tesla's 4680 cylindrical cells. And they have quite high energy density. I think it's slightly higher than Tesla's 4680s. My solar and batteries, I've got a 50 kilowatt hour battery here, and I've got a big solar array. So I pay $0 for electricity. That's including charging my electric car. Resync Solar is the company that I used. I'll put a link to them in the description below. So BMW is saying, based on their planned production rate, they will not be able to meet demand. They will just, I don't know, have to maybe build another production line or something like that. The next model in the new class lineup from BMW, it will be the i3. And I'm going to guess it's going to have similar technology to the BMW iX3. I think if it does, it's going to sell quite well. If you look at some of BMW's existing EVs, I mean, I've seen some of them discounted by as much as $60,000. You sort of think to yourself, well, $60,000 discount. Should I consider buying one of them? I know a lot of people have. They thought, should I consider buying one of these new EVs? $60,000. This is a great deal. Must be. They go and look up the specs. They look at the charging speed, the range, the battery size, power, everything else. And they're, whoa, this is not worth. It's not worth it even with a $60,000 discount. But I think this car changes that. It's actually a really good car, and therefore people are ordering it. I don't think BMW is going to have any trouble selling electric cars next year, as long as they aren't too expensive. That's the only caveat here. And it's the only reason why, to be honest, German brands are sort of struggling in China, because their cars are just considered to be too expensive for what you get. The brand doesn't have the same cachet that it used to in the past. Thanks for watching.